Hi YouTube and welcome to Divine Resolution Tarot. My name is Chanel and I am the resident tarot reader for this YouTube channel as well as for the Divine Resolution Tarot business that operates in Minnesota. If you'd like to work with me, all of the information is in the description box down below. This reading is intended for the sign of Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. If you're watching for Sagittarius, this may feel like a message for you about your Sagittarius. So please just take it however it resonates because you will know which energies to apply to what roles in the story. So this first spread that I'm going to do, we'll take a look at the main event that will have your attention and love for the month of February. I'm just going to shuffle one more time and see what comes out for you, Sagittarius. So let's see what we have. Lots of cards on the last shuffle here, so big messages is what this is looking like. Oh, jeez. Tell me about the Tower. I might pull a clarifier for that Tower so we can see what the information is. Bottom of the deck is the Four of Cups in the upright. So let me just spread these out and I will take a look. At what we have. Okay, well, it seems like emotionally you're getting into maybe a better place than you've been in a while because this Five of Cups is in the reverse. So it's making me feel as though there was something that you've been really upset about for the last few months. Maybe you were grieving an ending. And it looks like you've gained some sort of new perspective that's really put you in a better place. Feeling as though you may be able to have a fresh start. So let me just look here. There's definitely something that you've ended or that you've cut out of your life or will be ending or cutting out of your life. I feel like you're in a place of really wanting to reject anything that makes you unhappy or that isn't 100% clear about its potential. Let me just take a look at this. There may be something that you are actually trying to work on this month that you feel as though it didn't work and you took a break. That's coming through here. It's like through whatever this energy is of you ending something. Could have been that you felt like you were the only person giving to a situation, or it could have even been a long-term commitment. I feel like after you move away from that, you're making a new decision here to set out on a different course. There's something that didn't get off the ground the way that you had hoped. And for a long time, it had you feeling really upset. But I feel like what you're seeing here towards the end of the month, because you're gaining a new sense of clarity, it's almost like you're noticing either this could be you standing in your own power, Sagittarius, because this is an air or a fire sign card, or this could be you removing yourself and deciding to remove yourself from something that you realize it just wasn't really meant to be, or it didn't give you the satisfaction that you wanted. But I feel like this has come about because you've really been in a space of reflecting about who you are and what you're investing your time into. Now, towards the end of the month, it looks like you've got a fresh start here, but with this Two of Cups in the reverse and this Tower, this is an interesting energy because it could have been that there was something you were holding off on or someone that you were wanting to contact that you were interested in, but it was just never really the right time. Maybe you were finishing something up over here, and now you would like to try to move forward with this situation over here. But the last card you have is the Tower. So I'm going to pull a clarifier for that because I like to know what that Tower energy is referring to. Give me one for the Tower, please. Wow, Two of Cups in the reverse. Hierophant in the reverse. So I feel like this is you trying to move forward after a breakup. What is this Fool about? And that's what I was saying. I feel like there may be someone that you, now that you've gotten over this situation, you have an opportunity to try to see what could have been with someone else. What is this Two of Cups about? The Devil in the reverse. There were things that you needed to really work through in your past. It could have been that you were holding on to a past partner here, because this talks about being in a long-term commitment or feeling committed to someone. But I also feel like there's an element of secrecy here with this Ace of Cups in the reverse and the Sun in the reverse, as well as this Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. So it could have been that you were keeping a secret. But now I feel like you've made some sort of decision here. Maybe you're trying to, it's like you were hiding your feelings for something or someone rather. You could have been hiding your feelings about a situation. I feel like there was something here, Sagittarius, that you were feeling that maybe you weren't expressing, and that's why the situation that you were trying to work on didn't pan out the way you had hoped. We have Two of Cups coming out twice in the reverse. You know, there's some real guilt coming through, as well as regrets about something that never really got off the ground. Tell me more about this Devil in the reverse. So I feel like there was something that you needed to release so that you could move into a space of really being available to start fresh. This is almost the energy of you having a false start, where it looks like you could have been trying to start fresh with this air sign, but then ended up going back to a water sign, only to realize that you were holding on to something that was over. I feel like the water sign you're dealing with or have been dealing with has shown you a side of themselves that it's like now you're looking at the situation completely different. And to me, this is you trying to go back to that air sign to offer some sort of commitment. But you're in conflict with that person as well. So I feel like you're trying to manifest some sort of communication with them or from them. So this is looking like, to me, Sagittarius, in the beginning or middle of February, you're really closing out a cycle with this water sign. It looks like there's still an air sign on your mind. Swords could also be fire, so there could be a fire sign that you're thinking of that you'd like to return to. If you were in a situation with this here, makes me think that possibly this was a partner that you were committed to, and this could have been some sort of affair with these two cards. This is the energy of you not being single, right? And so there was something here that made you feel as though your hands were tied, but now I feel like that's changed and you're moving forward. So you could be moving back to this energy of the person that was on the outside of whatever this commitment was with this Queen of Wands and Four of Wands, because this talks a lot about someone being outside of a relationship. It looks like now whatever that commitment is over, or you're realizing that that's not where you want to be. The hard part for you, Sagittarius, is that these three cards here for the end of the month, it's looking like you want to start fresh, but there's a lot of damage to whatever the situation is that you're returning to. I think that perhaps with the Sun and the Ace of Cups in the reverse, as well as these cards here, you may not have communicated to this other person what you were doing, and so there's just this gap in communication. But it looks like you'd like to move towards them to have some sort of conversation and maybe start something new. The hard part is that with the Page of Pentacles and the reverse, you have not been paying attention to this energy, or you've shown this energy that you're not in a place of being stable or committed to them, because you have a habit of releasing them to go back to whoever that water sign is that came through in the reading, okay? So you'd probably like to communicate to this other person that you're no longer interested in the things that were keeping you stuck, that you really have walked away from whatever that situation was. The hard part, though, is that they may not feel like reuniting with you, because we have energy of somebody feeling rejected or blocked and them trying to move forward from something that seems unfair here. So let me see. What is this Fool? Tell me, what does Sagittarius want for the month of February? The Sun and the Five of Pentacles. So you want to go back to your happiness, whatever made you happy originally. But I feel like that's a little bit difficult, because there was a decision that you made that you're now regretting. And I think that you're in a space of being a little bit concerned about how this person would receive you if you did communicate with them, because this looks like you trying to move on very rapidly from the end of something. But now here it's like maybe you're not getting the communication that you want from this other person, and so you're feeling bored of your offers. Or it could be that you're nervous about communicating with this other person, because you feel as though you've treated them in a way that you didn't know their worth at the time. And it seems like this here with these 3 cups, it could have been some sort of affair, or it could have just been that you treated this person like they were a temporary fixture in your life. And so if you come back to them now, they may turn you down for the fact that they don't want to keep repeating the same cycle. Now, this could be a Sagittarius that did this to you, so please take it however it resonates. But it looks like there's some sort of change going on with Sagittarius for the month of February, where they're really getting an idea of what makes them happy and what they really want, okay? So I'm going to do a spread for you to take a look at your situation and how you're feeling about it. I also want to see what the opportunity is here for you and what you're manifesting, as well as the obstacle that you'll have to overcome for the month of February. So let's see what the cards have to tell us. And this one wanted to be seen. So 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. This can be the energy of you feeling single and being very lonely. This can also talk about feeling rather codependent. So you could be trying to work through some of your issues this month. If you are getting out of like a long-term commitment, this is you realizing there's some things you need to work on so that you can feel really grounded and stable in your new life, okay? Could be that you don't want to be single anymore if you've been in a space of being single. You, for the month, you have the 8 of Wands, so you're trying to move forward very quickly with something. You're probably trying to manifest some communication. That's just what I was saying. And, well, this should be this way. And what's crossing you here is the Magician. So that is your situation. You're moving forward. You're trying to start a new life. This is the energy of a Gemini with the Magician. There's something that you're really focusing on quite intently. It seems as though your heart chakra is opening this month, or has opened, and that's influencing a lot of the choices that you're now making. I feel like with this 8 of Wands, you're definitely removing yourself from a situation and moving forward with direction and intention this month. It looks like you're trying very hard to take stock of where you've been and where you're going, and figure out what resources you have to get you where you want to go, as well as what resources you need to acquire to really build the life that you want, okay? In your feelings, we have the Chariot. So you could be, as I said, not only moving forward with direction and intention, but you could also be wanting to move out of some sort of conflict you had with someone to start a partnership with them. You could also be feeling as though someone has moved away from you. If this is somebody that, like I said, with that 4 of Cups, you'd like to reach out to, but they don't seem to be giving you any time or attention, right? Past issue that's affecting the situation is the Nine of Cups in the reverse. So it looks as though you've walked away from someone, and that could be because this person is watching you go, them moving on without you. There was a lot of disappointment involved in your situation, and I can clarify that to see where the disappointment was. But the main thing that's driving you this month is that you feel as though you've missed out on something that had the capacity to make you very happy, because you actually walked away from it when you had it, right? So this disappointment and this feeling of realizing maybe you don't want to be alone. We have 2 cards of not wanting to be alone, or not being happy alone, or not being happy with your choices or the investment that you've been giving a situation, whether it's emotional or even just your time. That seems to really be fueling this new direction that you're on. Your thoughts for the month are the Star in the reverse. So you could be feeling quite distant from somebody. You could be wanting to close the distance with that person. But with this Star coming out in the reverse, we go back to the energy of the Tower, which did end your reading for the first spread that we did. So it's showing me that whatever it is that you're trying to move forward with, this is a situation where you'd have to rebuild it from the ground up. And I feel as though you're thinking very heavily that you don't know how. You may be feeling like the person that you're interested in is not paying attention to you. You could be feeling as though they've moved on and they're no longer single, and that's why they're not worrying about what you have going on. But that would be as a result of this Nine of Cups in the reverse. It looks like you may have walked away and they also did too. So with the Star in the reverse for your thoughts, you could be feeling as though this person has lost faith in you, right? What you're manifesting for your future is the Five of Wands. So this is an energy of drama. It's conflict. This could even just mean you getting back into this person's energy and trying very hard to fight for their attention. But we're going to clarify this Five of Wands, because when this comes out, this talks a lot about not only conflict, but change that comes from the conflict that you're feeling. And with these wands here, this is actually you taking a look at yourself and almost an energy of comparing and contrasting what you're bringing to the table versus what other people are bringing to the table. So that, like I said, is you kind of doing that self-exploration. It could be that you're working really hard to better your situation or yourself so that you can try to come towards this person, because there is an element of you distancing yourself to do some work on what you have going on in your life right now so that you could possibly be more attractive to potential suitors. Your opportunity is the King of Cups in the reverse. So that's a really interesting energy for an opportunity. For some of you with this King of Cups in the reverse, this is speaking to you really allowing yourself to feel. I feel like with this, what you've been going through, it's almost like you've been blocking your intuition, you've been blocking your feelings so much that you have an opportunity to really pour out your emotions to whoever this individual is. It's a matter of whether or not you're going to take it. Also, if you've been in an energy of being emotionally immature or feeling very depressed or moody, if you have a habit of, because this can be a very codependent energy as well, this can be an energy of addictions, or it can also be an energy that talks a lot about obsession or withdrawing from someone and kind of watching them. This is an opportunity for you to come out of any of these unattractive qualities, right, or behaviors, and to really address what's keeping you imbalanced emotionally. Your obstacle is the Six of Wands in the reverse. So the hard part here is that it seems as though you've shown a side of yourself to whoever this is that's no longer paying attention to you, that's not very attractive, right? You're going to have to figure out how can you get over your feelings of insecurity, which King of Cups in the reverse can often speak to, because it seems like you're in a space of conflict with this energy here, and it's making it hard for you to come forward. Another obstacle that I'm seeing here is you perhaps finding a way to change the the way that this person is viewing you. And it seems like with what you're thinking, you don't feel as though you have the capacity to do that. So that's another thing that you have an opportunity to address, is how do you express your love? How do you get in touch with, because this can talk very much about knowing your own capacity to be able to fix situations based on your emotions, right? And being able to really communicate how you feel in a way that's very loving, right? So because it looks like there's some sort of action or apology that you're trying to manifest. Let's find out. Actually, let me get a relationship oracle for you. Honesty in the reverse, love, ultimatums in the reverse, in the past and the future. So I feel like you were really torn between the past and the future. This is that situationship I was talking about. It looks like somebody probably gave you an ultimatum. I'm guessing it's this energy up here because they were really tired of feeling hurt. They wanted to get things started with you and have a life with you, right? It seems as though you couldn't decide between whether or not you wanted to go back to the past with someone or you wanted to start the future with someone new, right? We have solitude and choices, children and promises. So I feel like you probably ended up having to take some time alone to really decide what you wanted. It could be that you felt obligated to someone, but when you were with them, you realized that you were very lonely in the situation. And so it seems as though that may be something that you've made the decision to leave and just spend some time on your own. I feel like with this children in the reverse in situationship, whatever this energy is over here, it could have either helped you to mature, or this could have been a situation where you were trying to decide again between someone you've dealt with for quite a while versus someone that you met recently. The hard part is we do have that honesty coming out in the reverse. We have deception here. So this King of Cups in the reverse is a liar. And that's something that you're going to have to overcome, because it could be that you were not honest about your feelings, or that you were a tad deceptive to whoever it is that you're interested in. And you're going to have to find a way to not only get their attention, but to be able to come kind of clean about your motives or why you did what you did, right? Or even how you're feeling, rather. So tell me very quickly about this Eight of Wands. All right. Yeah, that's you moving away from something that you've ended. You're trying to manifest happiness into your life. And it seems as though you're distancing yourself from an old partner. It could have even been just that you're having a hard time moving forward with a new relationship because you have issues around control and you don't like feeling emotionally available to people because that makes you feel very vulnerable. The hard part, though, is when this Emperor comes out in the reverse, this is the energy of people who will try to reestablish control in a situation by acting in a way that's rather immature, which again goes back to that King of Cups energy for something that you can address. If you're in a space of withdrawing from people so that you don't have to really grow with them or become available to them, that causes a lot of stagnancy in your life. And I think that intuitively you realize that you've been in a space of stagnancy because we have this High Priestess over this Emperor. And so I feel like now you're trying to figure out how you can move forward in a way that really is stable, but also very true to yourself and who you are as a person, right? I feel like you've changed quite a bit. Tell me, what is the Magician trying to manifest here? The Moon. So you may be wanting this person over here to be more in touch with their emotions and to actually come back to you based on how happy you made them. I feel like you would prefer, because the Sun actually trumps this Three of Cups, if there was somebody that, and this is the card of being unfaithful, so I feel like this is that other person's energy. It's almost like you would like them to not focus on the disappointment that they felt in the situation and focus on what made them very happy when they were with you. All right, tell me about the feeling of the Chariot, please. So you're ready for something new. You're tired of holding on to anything that you felt like it was over, or maybe you realized that it was over. You could feel as though someone has moved on from you because they were tired of beating a dead horse with the situation. But this is your energy. So you're looking at the past and you're realizing that there was some unfairness on your end and that it's time for you to move forward. If you really want this person back in your life, you're going to have to give to them, right? Because right now, all that they know is a whole lot of disappointment in a situation that doesn't seem to change. It seems like when the going gets tough, this is somebody that you leave behind, right? Why are your thoughts the Star in the reverse for the month of February? Two of Cups. So there's something that you're deciding to turn down, but there's also something that you would like to give to. For some of you, you just want to rebuild yourself, and that's what you're giving to. For others of you, you may feel as though you're losing hope in being able to reestablish this relationship. I also feel like this is kind of that water energy that I was talking about. You're deciding not to heal with your ex because it seems like there's too many people involved in this situation. And so it's like the damage almost can't be repaired in that relationship. And that's probably what you're finding out over the month, is that this is something you're ready to release. Tell me about Five of Wands for future manifestation, please. Hermit in the reverse. So there's something, again, that's showing me that you're actually fighting with yourself is kind of what this looks like, because your focus is a little bit scattered. I think you'd like very much to be able to have a discussion with someone about the things that you regret and the things that you feel like you did wrong. But I feel as though you may be in a space of being a little bit, you feel a little bit inferior maybe to other people based on your actions in the past. I think that you're having a hard time getting this person's attention because they may be talking to other people. But this is showing that you're trying to cut out anything that makes you very unhappy. I feel as though your environment has been playing a huge role in your surroundings. And so you could even be trying very hard to suss out who you're keeping in your life this month and what's really in your best interest, right? I think that there's definitely a discussion on the horizon for you because you're manifesting that into your life. It's almost like you would like someone to fight for you, right? Tell me about the opportunity of the King of Cups for this month. So you could even have an opportunity to leave that water sign that keeps coming up in your spread, because it looks like this person causes you some drama, right? And it seems like you're just unhappy with this Two of Cups. You also could return, this is, the energy of you leaving the water sign and then returning to whatever this situation is that didn't ever get off the ground. The hard part is it looks like there's an apology that's necessary with the cards that I'm seeing here. So I don't know if you can get into a space to apologize with that Star in the reverse for your thoughts, right? Maybe you're just unsure of how. Give me a card for the obstacle. Yeah, that's exactly it. You feel as though this person that you're interested in isn't willing to pay attention to you at this time because they're healing from, being treated like an option is kind of what this looks like, right? It looks like there's a tendency to go back to the past or to have rebound relationships. Also, this person, if you're coming back to them, could be concerned that you're trying to suck them back in and use them as a rebound, because it looks like you're just getting out of something over here. So that is your reading for the month of February. I'm going to pull you some oracle cards for advice and see what Spirit says you can do about this connection. I think it'll be okay. I think you just, with that King of Cups being your opportunity, this is the opportunity for you to turn down things that are not working for you and to really learn from your past, okay? What do we have? Yeah, it looks like you need to have some more fun in your life. I feel like you've been really stressing about your situation lately. And with you making so many changes, or trying to remove yourself from situations that no longer serve you, you may be feeling like you're kind of in this hermit mode. With that hermit coming out in the reverse too, it's almost the energy of you having ghosted whoever this is that you're trying to now get their attention. So that could be stressing you out. And it looks like Spirit is asking you to take a break from kind of agonizing over the situations in your life this month, which makes sense, because if you're focused on everything that could go wrong, you're actually creating resistance to what you want. So we have playtime. The dolphins know the importance of playing, as joy creates miracles and manifestation. We have tranquility. Make time to relax, be still, and enjoy your solitude, indulging in much needed self-care. And I think you will be doing that this month, because you're really taking a look at what you need to work on for yourself, right? We have dance, step into the light, share your gifts and talents with the world. I feel like this has a lot to do with that Five of Wands energy. If you're in a space of comparing yourself to other people, it's time for you to start celebrating yourself. And I think that that really will do wonders for your self-esteem, okay? Then we have blessings. Count your blessings. A grateful heart attracts more joy, love, and prosperity. So, that's kind of how I'm feeling, is that in a lot of ways you're coming from a place of lack. And it's time for you to start looking at all of the good things that are happening to you and for you, and all of the really great qualities that you do have. And then that will help facilitate this connection if that is truly what you want. So I'm going to take this over to the extended reading. We're going to do a spread looking at the thoughts and feelings of your person, what they desire, where they're at currently. We're going to look at the blockage between the two of you, as well as the state of the relationship, and pull some advice. And then I will also look at every sign you could possibly be dealing with, Sagittarius. We're going to pull cards to see where they're at for the month, what they're kind of bringing to the table, how it'll affect you. We're going to take a look at what the outcome will be for your sign, your zodiac sign that you're dealing with for the month. And then we will wrap it up. So I will hopefully be able to have a chance to read for you over there. But if this is where we part ways, good luck with this, and take care of yourself for the month of February. Happy Valentine's Day if you celebrate, and I hope to speak to you again soon. Bye. Now for your person, they have the Ace of Wands for where they're at for the month. So this to me is showing that this is someone who really does have a lot of passion for you. It looks like they could extend an opportunity to you, or even be willing to accept an opportunity. But with this liaisons card coming out in the reverse, it's showing me that they're not in a space of wanting to have a casual relationship with you anymore. I think this person doesn't want to end up back in the same situation that they were in with you in the past, okay?